Viewers, my name is Catherine Karira. My passion in life is to make our children know before they wish they knew. And it's a bad cry when we hear that teens going bad. Because looking at teenagers, Martin, this is our future. And it's so unfortunate that they are getting involved in things that are very satanic, very demonic. And that is why I've come with the word of God. When you meet teenagers and they were 14 to 17-year-old, and they were together and they were doing drugs, they had alcohol, and of course they had condoms and sex. That is a very high demonic organized meeting where they can meet and they can have what we call in English a hookup culture, where anybody in that room can have sex with the other one without caring anything, without no emotional attachment. Viewers, it is very sad to note a few things that are happening now because our children have been home because of Corona for so long. And I want to say a few things that I normally say quite often, that our children love drama, they love fun, and they love lies, they love fashion, and they copy each other. As they went out, they were looking for fun. Unfortunately, our children seem to be in an attitude of not caring. And when we rebel against God, we give the other world, demonic spirits, control of our lives. When we disobey God, we give the devil authority to assault us. And again, it's so unfortunate that a grown-up, like those ones found in Nairobi, a woman is the one that was doing that. And Martin, when I looked at that and I saw that they had a lot of expensive drinks, and honestly, I thought these drinks are not bought by these children. And then they had a lot of drugs. But what pains me is that children as young as 14 years old can leave the comfort of their home and be lured away into go to do sex and to have drugs. Kenyans, if we do not change the generation that we have, we are going to abort a whole destiny. It is so unfortunate that Corona came and nobody planned. Nobody even knew that our children are going to be home for so long. And Corona has confused everything. Corona has given us chaos, has given us crisis, has given us confusion, and has left our character, our children, with characters that are conflicting, giving us a challenge. And freedom is very good, but freedom hurts. Because now our children have been home for so long, they are wondering what else can we do. And the only person that can be able to answer that is the church. Because the word of God is very dramatic. And most of those children, 14, 17, are in teenagers class. So every child worker must be able to know how we are going to tap this energy so that our children don't go out to mess themselves. Because as they mess their today, they mess their future. It is very good that in Kenya, we are so grade-oriented. Our teachers want an A, and every parent gets excited about an A. And the question I want to throw back to you, viewer, and to myself is, did we just school our children for grades and forgot to instill values in them? Unfortunately, values are not taught, they are caught. And when we see the children behave the way they are behaving, where are they borrowing it from? Leaders' sin is leading sin. Are we also, as adults, leading them into sin? That is why they think fun is in sexual immorality. And allow me to tell you a few things. When the devil wants to destroy a generation, he introduces sexually transmitted demons so that people can go out there and want to have all the sex for free. And it's so unfortunate that sex is not for free. That is why we get married and we get a ring. We get something wedlock. Children, you have to know that sex is not a play game. And when you take alcohol and when you do drugs, that looses, makes your body loose, you forget yourself and you indulge in those group sexes, not remembering that you are an individual. And whatever you are doing today will affect your life. And children, I know they are out there seeking for attention. They want to make a statement. But let me tell you this. As you are out there trying to seek all the attention that you want to be given, please make sure you protect 3 of your things. Your integrity, your virginity, and your dignity. Because these three things, you will need them into your future. You must make sure, instead of seeking negative attention, please seek out for respect. Respect yourself so that we can respect you. Children are trying to make a statement. They are telling us we are not toddlers, we are teenagers. But again, we know they are not adults. So they are here lost. And what we could have done ourselves, and even me included, which we never did because we were not prepared about Corona. We never told our children how to stay at home because also we did not know. And this have led our children to go out to explore. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, as they're exploring, they are also experimenting with their own bodies. And it is so unfortunate because anybody that was born after 1980, when HIV and AIDS first hit the doors of Kenya, we know that we have given birth to children that are HIV positive. Children, let me tell you this evening, we are home because of Corona, but HIV and AIDS is not at home. HIV and AIDS is expanding every day, not forgetting even human papillomavirus. And I'm even asking myself, children, you have the guts to go out to mingle and shake a leg and have sex when you are being told to do social distancing. Children, let me tell you this. You don't become famous by being on the wrong spotlight in life. When you're on the wrong spotlight of life, actually, you're showing us how foolish or the stupidity in you. They tell us in science that a human brain does not mature until they are 24 years. So children, what I want to tell you is, you must tone down. You must tame yourself. And if there is a time that you cannot afford to be naive, is now. Because the bad things are selling so much. Remember I said you love drama, you love lies, and you love fun. Let me tell you, there's no fun in crime. There's no thrill in crime. There's no fun in sexual immorality. Let me say a few things that I love saying. Nobody will ever die for not having sex. But every day, people are dying because they had sex. Children, the schools closed, but reading has not been closed. You can read because you have an appointment with your destiny. And Martin, if there's anything I would want every teenager to know that, is that they have an appointment with their destiny. And very, very soon, because everything has an end, even Corona will come to an end. But remember, you have a future. Parents, what are we going to do to help our children tame down or tone down? Please, parent, listen to me. I'm also a parent. We must be very firm, knowing that these children are not our children. These are the children of God. We are just stewards of them. So we must be very firm. We must be calm. I said firm and calm, and we must be in control. Then we must set boundaries. We don't know when they are going to go back to school, but we must set boundaries. Again, let me ask a question. Don't answer me. A 14-year-old person getting out of their home to go and spend a night out, where is the mother? Where is the father? But I know some of them are so sly. I have told you they like fun. They have cheated as they have gone to sleep, but they have gone out. Children, what I want to tell you is, as you mess your today, your future is being messed. It is so unfortunate that somehow we tend to confuse two words, punishment and discipline. Children, allow yourself to be corrected. That is where discipline comes. And when you're corrected, you will become wiser. Please, child, do not see correction as punishment. Punishment will only come when you are indisciplined. And again, let me tell you, you're not going to make a statement by being indisciplined. And I say, this time that you're out of school because of Corona, with all the C's, Corona, chaos, confusion, challenging characters, do not be naive. When they tell you, can we go? You must meditate and ask somebody else, is it right? Because the children were found, there were 40 of them. But we saw them as a group, but an individual will bear the consequences of their choices. Yes, we can say there were 40, but it's an individual that will go home either pregnant, either with HIV and AIDS. And of course, the boys tell me, but us, we don't get pregnant. It is true, son, you don't get pregnant. But we know of gonorrhea, of Kaswede, of the Katharika diseases. And allow me to say something that I love saying every day, that private part disease should not be kept privately. So even as you go to shake a leg, as you go to feel nice, you must know that you cannot choose the consequences of your choice. You choose to do wrong, the consequences will come. And some of these consequences are long-lasting. There's one emotion that is driving you so high because you want fun, you want to feel good. But the opposite of feeling good is regret. And regret can work on you so much until even when you are my age, you're wishing, I wish I did not go to that bash. Bashes, when you go to bashes children, bashes common sense out of your head. You are bashed common sense out of your head. And remember, I have told you, you don't mature until you are 24. Please, if there's anything I would want you to catch is that not everything that is available is good for you. Let me bring a little bit of Kiswahili. Kama unaenda hizo mikutano, and the dances they are singing, the songs are nitamkamata, nitamshika, nitamfinya kwa ukuta twende, utajipata umefinyana na umefinyiliwa kwa ukuta na mumeenda. So what I'm telling you is you must apply a lot of common sense and a lot of self-control. Son, you are there and you're feeling so hot because you're only 17. Allow me to say something I love saying. Nobody will ever burst because of spam. Tone down. You have a future. You have an appointment with your destiny. You're just students. If Corona was not there, we would be in that time now. Yeah. But now, children, you're getting confused. Unafikiria kwamba if you don't do sex, if you do not follow them, you're going to be hated. Allow me to tell you this. You're better off alive and alone, lonely, instead of dying in a crowd of wickedness.
Definitely. Allow me to cut you short before we go very far. You've mentioned about the transition stage, which personally I'm very passionate about, where the young person here is not a child, they are not an adult. This puts this situation very tricky, and of course it's a very fragile stage. It's an exploration stage. What can the young people explore? You know, we have seen people exploring the negative way, and of course, some adults taking advantage of this, luring young people into parties in the name of birthday parties, and then a lot of mess happens in, of course, after. Let's put it into perspective. What happens to the young person who is meant to be exploring? How can the parent help them to explore? How can they be be kept busy at this particular time with exploring the right things as they progress themselves?
Thank you. Exploration is a very good word. And there's also curiosity in it. Let me tell everyone that is listening and watching to me today, God has given you a task in life. And we spell task T-A-S-K. There's a talent in you, son. There's a talent in you, daughter. So parent, what we need to do is help these children know themselves, discover themselves, so that they don't waste themselves. They have a talent in them. So we must help them to discover their talent. I have said God has a task for each one of them. The next letter is A, abilities. Now we help them acquire the necessary abilities to shape the talent that God has given them. The next letter is what? S. We acquire the necessary skills so that they can better their abilities to better their talent. And Martin, today we know talent is making a lot of money.
Definitely.
Then the next letter is what? K. Let them seek knowledge, acquire knowledge to better the skills, to better the ability, to better the task, so that they can be outstanding. Children, you're not going to be outstanding because you're rebellious. No, rebellion will kill you. But now for mama and dad and the guardian, what are we going to do? We are going to offend them to defend. We must offend these children to defend. And that is why I came with the word of God. Because the word of God tells us to use the rod of correction. Actually, the word of God tells us that a little spanking will not kill the children. We use the rod of correction. And correction is very good. Unfortunately, we don't like being corrected. But the rewards of correction are enormous. Parents have said, we offend so that we can defend, so that we can hammer and harmonize.
Okay.
We hammer. Why?
Uh-huh.
Because now the child is crooked inside. They're thinking the bad things are the good things. Mm-hmm. So we must hammer them so that we can now be able to harmonize. And then son and daughter, be open to correction. That hammering that I'm talking about, when you're my age, you look back and you say, wow, I thank God I was hammered. And I pray that parenting becomes as good as our days when we are being parented. You could be beaten until your uniform is torn. And mama says, I'll buy another one for you tomorrow. So parents, what are we going to do? We must help these children to understand themselves. And there are three things that we must do. We help them to discover the talent in them. We help them nurture the talent in them. And then we help them grow the talent that they have. And how can this be possible? This is possible by entertaining all the nonsense that our children have as they try to discover their talent. Where I come from, tunaonanga anakibia, tunamwambia utaaguka. Hapana. Wacha akibie, he can be the next 100 kilometers winner. So we must entertain. But again, as we entertain, we must make sure we don't entertain the wrong things. Because what you allow is what you get, Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What you allow is what you get.
Yes.
And sometimes we allow crazy people to get into our spaces. Quite an unfortunate, not just one story. We've heard of a couple of stories recently. One of them is what you actually sent me during the week, where three sisters were found to be pregnant.
Good.
A gardener working in the home lured them and, had sex with them and impregnated them. The other day we had a story over here at Membly where, the guys doing mjengo took advantage, and some of the, girls were taken advantage of, and, they were raped. Sometimes we have allowed people in our spaces that we don't know, and we have no one to check on our young people. These are young people who have stayed at home. They're exploring the right things. They're not going out for parties, but they have ended up being exploited, and a lot of teenage pregnancies during this time of COVID-19. What can be done, and what is the role of each and every one of us, from the government to the very last man on the ground?
So we must bring in now the aspect of defilement. They say, statistics tell me that 60% of defilement is done by relatives. 30% is done by family, friends, and the neighbors. Now we are mtu wa mjengo. 10% a stranger. What we need to do is give our children three things. Inform them. We have to inform them. Then we have to give them a fact, and we have to give them a warning. Unfortunately, we have shied away from speaking. And the word of God, which I have today, Song of Song 8:8, tells me we have a young sister, and her breasts are not grown. What shall we do for her when a man comes courting? So we must talk to these children.
Sorry.
We must tell them, even the neighbor that is smiling to you can be an enemy as appearing as a friend. We must give them information. To be informed is to be transformed. To be uninformed is to be deformed. Not talking to our children is costing their life.
What can we tell them? What do we tell them in any situation?
What do we tell them?
Yes.
And that's a very good question. Now you're talking about 14 to 17-year-olds. And you're imagining the younger ones they don't know. With smartphones, there's nothing they don't know. Actually, the best time you can talk to them is when they are so small. I normally tell them private maneno. When they hear private maneno, they'll understand maneno and private, so they know it's a private issue. The way we tell them about head, shoulder, knees, and toes, we tell them about their private part. Can I say today, huyo mjamaa katikati wa mguu hananga hakiri, na ana mfupa, ako tu na joto. Na joto ya leo ni majuto ya kesho. We go by the word of God. We inform them a fact for a fact. And actually today we know in Kenya, we have a 9-year-old girl that is pregnant. You can use that as to break the ground so that you can be able to speak to them. Because not speaking will not help them. We shy away. We think that speaking about sex matters is a taboo. It is not there. It is here in the Bible. Actually, Martin, Proverbs 1, which is very popular with the noble woman. Proverbs 1, verse 3, from the Good News Version, that is read in schools, in primary schools, will tell us, do not spend all your energy on sex. It is here in the Word of God. We must have what I want to call this evening an open heart-to-heart engagement. We talk to them. We talk to them because technology, Google is talking and speaking very loudly. So we must talk to them. Why are we going to talk to them? Because the environment that we are living in is very hostile. And in Kenya today, and I think it is still valid even what I'm going to say tonight, anybody that is under 18 is a minor. So anybody having sex with an under 18 is a criminal himself. They should be locked up so that we can allow our children to grow. Unfortunately, as I said, when the devil wants to mess, he releases those demons. Sodomy has become so much, so frequent every day. We hear the boys are being sodomized. So as we talk to the girls, you know, we talk to the girls because we see the pregnancy. But the young men are hurting so much. And allow me to say this. The scars that we don't see take longer to heal. We must talk to both boys and to both girls. And then we must be able to grow the man. Because the man is a bigger rapist. Because the man is the one who defiles the girl. He's the one who sodomizes the boy. So we must be able to grow our children, the boy, as they are growing up, we'll tell them a girl is not a sex object. And then we grow them knowing sex is between a man and a woman when they get married. Let me talk about a man, because now you brought the defilement.
Yes, kindly as we wind up.
Actually,
I've realized we only have 1 minute.
Sorry.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, a man has 3 stages. 1, you are born a male by birth. 2nd one, you grow. The 3rd one, it's a choice where you become a gentleman. So we must grow them to become the gentleman. Because the gentleman will not sodomize, they will not rape. Let me talk to that girl, Martin. That girl who is telling me, I have a boyfriend, and I can feel him so much. And when he holds me, my heart goes paragasha. Let me tell you this. You must drop that man. Because if you don't drop him, he's going to drop you out of school and drop you from being a girl and leave you as a child with a child.